It's official, Star Trek Strange New Worlds is light years ahead of the curve. While fans were still dissecting every twist of Season 3, the crew of the Enterprise was already back in uniform, cameras rolling and warp drives humming for Season 4. That's right, production on the next chapter kicked off long before the last one even aired. Now that the 10-episode third season has wrapped, all eyes are fixed on what's next for Captain Pike and his crew, and from everything we've seen and heard, Strange New Worlds Season 4 is shaping up to be something truly special. A thrilling mix of bold storytelling, familiar faces, and the emotional depth that's made this series one of the best entries in modern Star Trek. So join us in this video for an exclusive story on everything we know about Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 4. Season 4 production is wrapped, which is great. Filming for Strange New Worlds Season 4 took place in Toronto, and even then, fans didn't have to rely on leaks to get their first taste of it. The cast themselves gave us the perfect tease. Ethan Peck, Spock, Anson Mount, Captain Pike, and Celia Rose Gooding, Nyota Uhura, shared a behind-the-scenes photo straight from the Enterprise bridge. In the image, Peck and Mount are caught mid-smirk while Gooding sits calm and collected, rocking a stylish new look. It's the kind of casual drop that sends fans going into excited speculation, and it was the perfect appetizer before even the Season 3 main course. Production for Season 4 officially wrapped in July 2025, meaning the new season is deep in post-production, being polished to perfection. For context, Season 3 premiered on July 17th after a 2-year gap that felt like an eternity. Fans went right back into the show's signature rhythm of genre-bending episodes. One week, a heartfelt character drama, the next a full-blown sci-fi mystery, then suddenly a musical or a western in space. Season 4 promises more of that creative magic, plus some intriguing new players joining the cast, which I can't wait for. Among them is Cillian O'Sullivan, who comes from In From the Cold, who will portray Dr. Roger Corby, a name that longtime Star Trek fans will instantly recognise from the original series. Also joining the mix is Rhys Darby from Jumanji: The Next Level, taking on what's being called as a mystery legacy role, and that phrase alone has fans losing their minds online, theorising from could it be Bones McCoy, to Cybok, to George Kirk. In typical Strange New Worlds fashion, the mystery is half the fun. We're going to have to wait, aren't we? But here's where it gets interesting. While Season 4 continues directly into the events of Season 3, it also marks more of a turning point for the whole series, because Season 5 is expected to be a shorter transitional season that leads directly into the timeline of the original series. Season 4 is effectively the last full run, where the writers can really play and experiment with tone, structure and standalone storytelling. In other words, this is the season to savour, and Season 5 is the season to say goodbye. So, Strange New Worlds Season 4 release date window. Let's have a look and let's talk about timing. Since filming wrapped months ago, fans can breathe easy knowing that Season 4 is already locked in for 2026. The question is, well, when exactly? With Starfleet Academy being the next big Star Trek spin-off that's set for early 2026 debut, Strange New Worlds would most likely follow in the summer or fall, and that timing couldn't be more perfect. 2026 marks the 60th anniversary of the entire Star Trek franchise, which first launched back in 1966. And what better way to celebrate 6 decades of boldly going than with the show that most beautifully bridges classic Trek and the modern era. At the 2025 New York Comic Con panel held on October 11th, fans were already head over heels about how Strange New Worlds might anchor the anniversary celebration. Expect special nods to the original series and possibly legacy cameos, and maybe even a few emotional tributes. If there's ever been a perfect storm for Star Trek fandom, this is it. So, who's in the cast for Strange New Worlds Season 4? Well, the good news is, crew members, nobody's jumping the ship for them. The entire main cast from Season 3 is returning, and that's reason enough to get excited, isn't it? Anson Mount will once again don the captain's uniform as the ever-respected Christopher Pike. Ethan Peck continues to bring redefinition and quiet charm to Mr. Spock. Rebecca Romaine returns as the fearless Unachin Riley, better known as Number 1, and rounding out the bridge are Martin Quinn as the newly introduced Scotty, Babs Alusan Mokum as the calm and collected Dr. Mbenga, Christina Chong as the fierce Laan Noonien Singh, Melissa Naiva as the witty pilot Erica Ortegas, Celia Rose Gooding as the ever-curious Naoto Uhura, and Jess Bush as Nurse Christine Chappell, whose arc continues to break hearts and interest fans at the same time. But you know what? That's not all. A host of beloved recurring faces are also back. Paul Wesley as Commander James T. Kirk, Carol Kane as Palia, Dan Janote as Sam Kirk, Cillian O'Sullivan as Roger Colby, Adrian Holmes as Admiral Robert April, and Rong Fu as Mitchell. And if rumours are to be believed, Gia Sandow could also return as T'Pring, Spock's estranged fiancée, a storyline fans are dying to see explored further. With the cameras off, the editing's underway, and the galaxy is about to open up again in 2026. Strange New Worlds Season 4 feels like, well, the calm before a supernova. It's the last full voyage before the Enterprise enters the original series timeline. And if there's one thing this show has proven, it's that it knows exactly how to make Star Trek feel fresh, funny, and utterly alive again. So, buckle up. Because if this season is truly the last chance to roam freely among the stars, Strange New Worlds looks ready to make every second count. So let's take a look at what the plot is of Strange New Worlds Season 4. After all the excitement surrounding the cast and production of Strange New Worlds Season 4, the big question naturally becomes, what exactly is this new season about? While Paramount Plus is keeping most story details tightly under wraps, a few tantalising hints have already slipped through the cracks, and they're more than enough to get us fans excited. For starters, one upcoming episode is already making headlines for its bold creativity. The Strange New Worlds crew will literally be transformed into puppets. Yes, puppets! Crafted by none other than Jim Henson's Creature Shop. It sounds wild, but if you followed this show long enough, you know that's exactly the kind of imaginative risk it loves to take. After all, this is the same series that gave us a musical episode, a courtroom drama, and a fantasy adventure, all while staying true to the heart of Star Trek. Co-showrunner Akiva Goldsman couldn't contain his enthusiasm when discussing the new season, calling Season 4 the best work we've done. According to Trek Movie, he also promised that fans are in for something even stronger than Season 3, largely because this time the production team had the luxury of breathing room. Speaking to Trek Movie, he explained, "We just had more time for Season 4, just had more time, more continuous time. We didn't have staffing changes, we didn't have a strike. The strike caused change. Those things are real, and starting up and shutting down and starting up again, it's complicated." That extra time and stability have apparently made all the difference. Goldsman and his team were able to plan more carefully, refine the scripts, and give each episode the same level of love and attention that made the first two seasons so memorable. Like previous installments, Season 4 will keep its trademark structure, episodic adventures, connected by loose overarching themes. This format has always been one of the show's biggest strengths, allowing each episode to feel like a mini-movie while still contributing to broader character development. One week might deliver a tense sci-fi thriller, the next a heartfelt story about loss or courage, and another, well, something as slightly different and delightful and weird as a puppet episode. It's a modern echo of the storytelling freedom that defined classic Star Trek. Paramount Plus also released an official synopsis, giving us a taste of what's to come. In the upcoming fourth season, the crew of the USS Enterprise, led by Captain Christopher Pike, embarks on a series of thrilling and emotional adventures across the stars. As they journey to strange new worlds, they will batter inner demons and external threats, encounter colourful new characters, reunite with familiar faces, and confront terrifying aliens. Through it all, they strive to embrace a bright, hopeful future. That hope, that optimism and spirit of exploration are what keeps Strange New Worlds so irresistible. And if the sneak peek revealed at New York Comic Con 2025 is any indication, we're in for another spectacular ride. The clip showed the Enterprise navigating a violent stellar storm, with Number 1, La'an and Ortegas piloting the shuttle Curie on a desperate mission to, you guessed it, a literal strange new world. It's classic Trek adventure with a cinematic edge. So, what about Strange New Worlds Season 5? Well, now for the bittersweet part. Strange New Worlds Season 5 has already been confirmed as the series' final voyage. Co-showrunner Akiva Goldsman revealed that this last season will be shorter, just 6 episodes, and will serve as a bridge between Captain Pike's era and the dawn of Captain Kirk's legendary command. You know what? It's a fitting conclusion for a show that has always balanced nostalgia with innovation, honouring the original series while carving its own identity in the modern Star Trek universe. Season 5 is expected to arrive sometime in 2027, closing the loop and setting the stage for where it all began. So while Season 4 promises the crew's most daring adventures yet, it also represents the calm before the endgame, a chance to explore, to laugh, to dream, and to remind us why Strange New Worlds has become one of the brightest stars in Star Trek's ever-expanding galaxy. And that's a wrap for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and let us know in the comments what you think. And I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy and live long and prosper. Bye.